Hello everyone, this is a video demo for an add-on I created for a faster workflow in Blender. So FYI, I'm a very lazy guy. I found it tiring and even more annoying to move all around the screen just to do a simple task. And so in this frustration, I created a few pie menus that brings the Blender functionality closer to my mouse cursor. And this video is about one of them. I call it the Super Z and it replaces the default viewport shading menu inside Blender. This one. This has significantly sped up my workflow, and while making this video, I was shocked by how could I have ever used the default pie menu. And I hope it does the same for you as well. So let's start with the usual. On the right, we have the four shading option: wireframe, solid view, material, and the rendered view. Under this, we also have a button to toggle the X-ray. This is where the default menu option ends. Just below the X-ray toggle, there are options to switch between the two render engines. Switching to cycles not just changes the render engine, but also sets the compute device to GPU. This was something I found myself doing every time I was prepping a scene. Below this, there is a quick toggle for the background transparency. The general way of doing this is to go in the scene properties, go to film, and then check this transparent button here. But this is now available with a click. We will come back to this top right section later. Moving on to the left, on the top we have some quick visibility option. Starting on the right, first one toggles the relationship lines, which can be very annoying if you have too many parented objects in the scene. The second one have a bone icon, so I am pretty sure it hides the bones. The middle one hide the gizmos, and the one next to it hide all the overlays. And now my favorite one. I call it the partial hide. It hides all the screen overlays except for the text info and camera guides. This is one of my most used options from this menu and you will love it too. Below this, there are specific screen overlays that are constantly used. There is the face orientation, the very first option we go to for fixing shading errors. Then we have the backface culling constantly being used while retopologizing. There is also the cavity option for when you need to inspect the edges of your hard surface models. Next is the depth of field. Then there is the wireframe overlay. I don't know about you guys, but I constantly check my wireframes. And below this, we have the wireframe opacity. Trust me, this slider will come in handy while sculpting. Now, if you have something selected, it actually unlocks a few other options. First of which is the object color and is actually what gave me the idea for this whole add-on. So using this, you can set the viewport color for the active object, but why can't we see anything? That is because we need to change the color type to object color by coming to this top right section here. We can switch between the different color types. Now you might be asking, why do I need to set an object color in the viewport and why can't I just add a material to it and change its viewport color? Well, I do it this way because setting up a material, then going to its viewport color and changing it is a longer process as compared to just doing this. Plus, it is fun, just like coloring a color book. And a colorful scene is much more readable than just simple plain grays. Moving forward, we also have the option to copy the active color to all the selected objects or to reset it to white. Below that, we have the display wire option, which turns on the wireframe for the selected objects only. Next is the in front option, which brings the active object to the front. Below this, we have the option to display the selected object as bound, wireframe, solid, or textured. All these object specific options can be found in the object properties panel under the viewport display. The last thing we have is a custom operator of mine that turns any object into an empty. So why this? Because I don't like the default empties in Blender. Here is a video showing how you can make your own custom empties in Blender without this add-on. But in case you don't need this function, you can turn it off in the preferences. And that's all you need to know about this add-on. I hope you like it and are eager to get this add-on for yourself. You can do that from the links in the description below. It is available both on Blender Market and Gumroad. But if you go to Gumroad, the first 10 people to visit can just enter 0 here and get it for free. Or you can support me by giving a number you like. Okay, now I'm going to color this scene using my add-on. You guys can go now. Oh, hey, you guys are still here. The video is over. You guys can go. Bye.